to a brand new edition of What's That Movie. I am your host, Noah McGuire, and I'm here with my lovely and talented co-host, Kayla Marie Albert. Kayla, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, especially with our sodas here this week, are matching our respective t-shirts. Anyways, last episode we mentioned today's episode, which is the debut of the What's That Movie countdown. In here we're going to be counting down the top 10 movies of the year 2000. 12 years ago. Let's see, 12 years ago we were... What?
8.
You were 8.
You were 7.
I was 6. I'm 18 now.
You're
19
heading on
next
7.
week. Yeah. Anyways, 12 years of movies have come our way, and that's a lot of movies. Maybe 1,200 movies, who knows. But we're going to be counting down the top 10 movies of the year 2000, like I said. And let's kick it off with a kid-friendly movie, a family-friendly movie, called The Little Vampire. It stars Jonathan Lipnicki, and I forget who the Little Vampire is, unless he was the Little Vampire. I never got that part.
No.
Anyways, do you want to describe the movie?
It's basically these two kids. One's a vampire who has a whole family of vampires, and one's the other kid, who end up meeting each other. And there was lost jewels or something that had been stolen from the family of vampires, and they had to find it and set things right. So.
Yeah, and isn't one of the... Because it takes place in London, I believe, or in England, because I remember... I think, yeah, it was London, because they had the... What do they call cops in England? Bobbies or something like that? You know what I mean? Because I remember hearing about that, but I believe the cops or the family of Jonathan Lipnicki in the movie are after these vampires or something and wanted to destroy them. Like every vampire movie, vampires have to be destroyed because they're so evil. But it was I thought it was a very good movie. I think I was scared when I first watched it just because of the vampires. If I would have known what vampires had come to this generation, I probably would have been scared. But
Yeah.
But
It's a very kid-friendly movie.
yeah, it was a Disney movie.
Yeah. I used to love it.
Yeah.
I still do, but...
I'm going to put this disclaimer real quick. Obviously these movies were made 12 years ago. It's been a long time since we've probably seen a lot of these movies. So if we forget some of the premises or the people who were in it or anything like that, just disregard that because, I mean, it's hard to remember all the movies you've seen, especially ones from 12 years ago. So, because Little Vampire, we don't remember a whole lot of it, but remember the premise of it. So there's that disclaimer. Would you think The Little Vampire fits at number 10?
I think so. I mean, I wouldn't put it so high on the list only because there are better ones.
It's not
Right.
memorable.
Right.
Because you'll know when a movie's memorable when they have movies after its sequel, third one, so on and so forth. And this one, to my knowledge, hasn't had any of those.
No.
Well, this next one is a sequel, actually, and it's The Rugrats in Paris. This is a sequel from Rugrats theme movie, and I know you haven't seen In Paris, but you must have seen the first one, the movie. Rugrats the movie?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to make sure of that, because if you have not seen that or one of those, screw it. We'll switch them. I just misread my list here. We'll just switch them. It doesn't matter. They go to Paris, obviously, and Chucky Finster, right?
I
Chucky
remember
Finster.
Chuckles.
Yeah. Chucky wants a mom. That's basically what this movie is really based around. Is he wants a mom. And his father, Chaz, is so weird. He was the nerdiest father I've ever seen in a cartoon. And he meets this evil woman named Coco, I believe. I don't remember. And she's this evil businesswoman and hates kids, so Chucky doesn't like them. She eventually meets, I can't remember her name, but Kimmy,
Yep.
meets her mom in the movie. They get married. Happily ever after. Not a lot mentioned about Rugrats is done right now. I don't think they've had a new episode in like years. I remember watching that show. I used to love it.
I know they had like the babies and they did All Grown Up, and once All Grown Up started, it just went downhill.
Yeah. Did you notice when they were babies in Rugrats? You know what their word for the word normal was? Take a guess.
Norman?
Yeah, I always remember watching Rugrats. They would always say my name. I'm like, yes.
I like some of the names, like Dill Pickles.
That's actually what my sister calls her boyfriend, actually.
Dill Pickles?
Yeah, because his name's Dylan.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, very good movie, and there's obviously another movie that came after that a couple years later called Rugrats Go Wild. It's a Rugrats and Wild Thornberries. Remember that show?
Yes.
They have a movie together, and so I'm talking about that one. I didn't really like that one. Coming in at number 8 is Digimon the movie. Digimon, very underrated TV show, I think.
It was a lot like Pokemon, and
I think Digimon was probably, I don't know, I want to say a tad bit better, but the reason why I think it's so underrated is because people are obviously going to go to Pokemon over Digimon.
right, first one that came out.
Like, I was like a huge fan of Digimon, at least in the first year that I watched it, because they've had several incarnations like Pokemon. You always like the original first, and that's what I was about. And it's what this movie is based around, is the original core people. And honestly, I don't quite remember the movie itself.
I actually have Digimon, the movie,
Me too. And
on VHS. I bought it when I was down in Florida. I haven't been down there in years.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the movie in a very long time. I think the evil Digimon people or creatures or whatever trying to take over Earth or something like that, and they need the Digimon to come save the day. Don't quite remember it, but it was a good movie, especially when you're younger and you were into those kinds of shows. It was a really, really big deal.
What was the little pocket pet thing that you would play with the buttons and you would have to feed it whatever? That's exactly what they reminded me of. It was like those come to life.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe if you know, comment below and tell us what it is, because I do remember that. I think I had one at one point. It was fun.
We played poker together. It had like a poker machine that you could push the buttons and would stop them. And every time you got a match, you got money, but you had to spend money to play.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So.
See, this is going to be fun going down memory lane, because we remember so much stuff that we didn't know we remembered. It's going to be fun.
It's like a Geopet.
And we're only at number 8. Yeah. Well, I don't think it was Geopet, but something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Again, comment below. Help us out.
Yeah.
Help a brother out. Anyways, number 7 on our list. Scary Movie 1. The movie that started it all. What do you think about Scary Movie 1?
It was so stupid, it was funny.
Well, it was really I don't know if there were parody movies before it, but this was one of the first major parody movies that made fun of all the successful horror movies, because it made fun of Scream. Scream was revolutionary in the horror genre. I can't remember the other films they made fun of, but Scream was the prominent one, obviously.
I know the list that they made fun of were Pirates of the Caribbean, Narnia.
Those are different movies, though. It wasn't
I know,
Scary
but
movie.
This whole franchise, people who started
parody
it,
movies, yeah.
They made fun of, all these movies. They made fun of
They made almost every single
Meet
movie.
the Fockers.
Really, any successful movie they made fun of, I think. Obviously, Scary Movie branched off into a second, third, fourth one, and they're coming out with a fifth one.
They are?
Yep. I want to say, I don't think this year, but I want to say probably sometime next year. I think I read to my knowledge, I don't think Anna Faris, who played Cindy Campbell, is going to be in the movie. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see. Scary Movie 1 was not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of Scary Movie franchise, but my favorite one by far is Scary Movie 3.
I have seen them all, but I've also seen the other ones, like Date Movie and Epic Movie.
Those movies, I think, because those are panned movies by critics, I think the Scary Movie ones are going to be more prominent than those.
Yeah.
Those are just, there's no point to them. I think it's just to make money for the people involved or whatever. But Scary Movie 3 I would recommend over Scary Movie 1. That's just the best one. I think it's the funniest one. And
number 2 was not very funny.
I don't quite, they made fun of The Exorcist, didn't they, in that one?
I think they made fun of The Exorcist. They made fun of Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I remember that one, the guy with the weird hand.
Yeah.
I liked the parrot, or the bird. He was funny. I like birds in movies. That was funny.
I like birds in movies, so Aladdin, that works.
Yeah, the ones that talk. Like, I think it was in this movie, someone dies, and the parrot's like, "You are the weakest link, goodbye." It's really funny. I forgot that. But Scary Movie 3 is much better, because aliens, it's just really funny.
That's right, that's the one they made fun of Signs and
Signs.
the ring.
The
And
ring, a lot of them. Oh yeah, the ring. I love it. Oh man, I just watched that the other day. That's why I remember it. It's really funny. I do recommend Scary Movie 3. That's for sure. We should do an episode.
Charlie Sheen was in that too, wasn't he?
I think that was his first one. He's appeared in the Scary Movie because he was in 3 and he died in 4. Spoiler alert.
Thought he
He died in 4 of like landing. Like he got a huge boner from Viagra.
Oh, that's right.
And he
fell.
fell and yeah. Moving along from an awkward situation.
Right.
Number 6 on our list is Big Mama's House. Stars Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence plays a undercover FBI agent, I believe, and his neighbor, Big Mama, which is her nickname. I can't remember her real name in the movie. He goes undercover as she goes away because her granddaughter, I believe, is coming to visit, and her husband or boyfriend is a criminal, and they're trying to catch him or something. So he goes undercover as Big Mama, and he becomes attracted to the granddaughter. So when he's dressed as Big Mama, it's kind of weird for him to stay in character but not lust over this other woman here. And there's one scene where it's like a big thunderstorm, and the granddaughter gets scared and climbs into bed with Big Mama, who is Martin Lawrence, and she's like in slutty lingerie or whatever she was wearing, and he doesn't like he wears some like a prosthetic thing or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It's off, so he has to hide his face, and she hugs him, and oh my god, it's a really, really funny movie. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend it. And it has also 2 other movies as well. Number 2 and 3 I've never seen. Have you ever seen any Martin Lawrence movies?
No.
No. He's a funny... Have you never seen Wild Hogs?
No.
No. He's a funny actor, but not the... I wouldn't see multiple movies of his. This is probably the only movie I would really enjoy of his. Number 5 is Ready to Rumble. For you wrestling fans, this is a wrestling movie. Unless you're a die-hard wrestling fan, you would not enjoy this movie because it's really pointless if you really watched it because, well, just watch it, you'll understand. I love the movie. I think it's hilarious. David Arquette. You know David Arquette?
I do not.
Really?
Really.
David Arquette. Wow. He plays in this movie. He did a fantastic job. I love David Arquette. I would recommend it to people who, well, I don't know who to recommend it to. I don't want to make anybody angry about who I'm recommending this to, because people like to yell at us for what we say on this show. So, if you want to watch it, go ahead. And now we're in the top 4. Well, I should say top 5 since that's more important. But number 4, another comedy movie, Dude, Where's My Car? Stars
Where's my car?
Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott.
I love that movie. That's awesome.
That's a good movie. If you don't know the premise, Ashton Kutcher loses his car, and
The Memory of the Night Before.
yeah, in the memory of the night before, and they're trying to find the car, and somehow, Kayla, along the way in the movie, they are looking for some type of continuum transfunctioner. I know that because I just watched the movie, so I remember the name of it. We have slutty alien chicks. We have 2 gay aliens. We have the people in the, what's the pop stuff? What's that called? Bubble wrap suits.
The nerds, yeah.
Yep, that was fun. Zoltan. You remember that part?
Yes.
That was funny. It's a really stupid movie, but if you just watch movies to enjoy it, you will absolutely love this movie.
Isn't Jennifer Gardner in this?
Yes, she is. She's one of the twins.
Twins that they're dating.
Yeah, and they finish each other's sentences too, the twins, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's really, really funny movie, and
Dude, what's mine say?
sweet! What does mine say? Dude. What does mine say? And they, oh my god. You need to see, if you've not seen this movie, something's wrong with it. You need to see this movie.
I actually just saw it for the first time about a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I remember seeing this way back when it was on VHS.
No, and then.
And then...
No, and then.
And then he beats it up.
And then, you take my food, you put it in a paper bag, and you give it to me.
I also like, every now and again they would say, shibby! Just randomly. Like their own little saying, and...
We're incredibly hot chicks.
Yes, you are. Like, just stupid stuff in a movie you never expected for it to be in.
Right.
They're looking for this car, but they run into aliens, of all things.
Looking for the
And
transfunctioner.
the continuum transfunctioner. And remember when they're with the flamingos?
I don't remember the flamingos.
Well, they're looking for the car. They think they know where the car is, and they go into this flamingo poacher person's place with a bunch of flamingos.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And Ashton Kutcher.
No, they're ostrich.
Whatever, same thing. And Ashton Kutcher kept calling them llamas. No, dude, it's a llama. Bad llama. It's a really, really funny movie. That's one movie I would recommend out of any of these movies is that one, just because it's worth every cent you pay. You can go ahead and buy it on DVD. You probably could find it in the $5 bin at Walmart.
Probably.
It's a really good movie. I'm surprised it was not number one, but we have better ones after that. I want to see that movie now.
Down to number 3.
Number 3, which is a holiday-themed movie, which actually been talked about back in the first season. What's that movie? Is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starred by Jim Carrey.
I love Jim.
I think there's only a few Christmas movies that are repeatedly played every single year. Home Alone,
Yeah.
and The Grinch. There could be more, like Jingle All the Way, a couple other ones, but those are the top 2 I think are the most famous. And this is a good movie for family to watch, because Home Alone's violent, so maybe you don't want to watch that. The Grinch.
I watched it when I was a kid. And
Right, but I mean, there's some parents out there because what's the kid's name? I can never pronounce his name.
Kevin.
Yeah, but the actor.
Oh, I don't
Macaulay
remember.
Culkin or something like that. Because the kids might be influenced to doing that to people and stuff like that, so that way it'd be violent. But this one is not that violent. It's not violent at all. This one, I believe it was a Disney movie, was it? No, it was DreamWorks.
I don't remember.
I think it might have been DreamWorks. I don't know. Comment below. Tell us. This was a fun movie to watch. I also recommend that, especially around Christmas. If you don't watch it around Christmas, then you're just weird. Number 2 is a movie my co-host has not seen, which I shun her for, because this franchise, probably one of the best in the horror genre, Scream 3. All the characters come back. David Arquette also plays in that movie. I'm surprised you've never heard of David Arquette. That's crazy. Anyways, this Ghostface Killer's back, and the movies previously, like in the movie, it's a movie within a movie. They're filming a movie in the movie.
Is that the one where they go... No, it's not it.
That sounded weird. But if you watch the franchise, the first 2, you'll get everything that's in the storyline. The main character, Sydney's mother, was killed way before the movies even started, and they're making a movie about her life, and the Ghostface Killer's after her, and all that stuff. Basic movies. And this was intended to be the last one in the Scream series. But 11 years later came Scream 4. So that was kind of, I think, probably a disappointment to a lot of people. That was the third one was going to be the last one. But really good movie. Scream 3 is one of my favorites of the franchise, and I definitely recommend that one. And finally, number 1. A movie, again, like Scary Movie, started it all. Final Destination 1. I don't know the actors' names. The only one I remember is Ali Larter, who played Clear Rivers in the movie.
I love that movie.
It
Not much to
spawned
say.
4 sequels. And I don't know if they're coming out with a 6th one, who knows?
Oh, I'm sure.
But they got it. I mean, the 5th one was the most liked of all of these. Or at least
Really?
critically, from critics and stuff, was the most well-liked. But the first one, again, like I said, started it all, is the original.
Yeah.
Really, what cannot be said about this that hasn't been said already?
It's just one of those things, I guess, that makes you think, is this actually happening?
Yeah, and this, again, 2000, it's a plane blow up or whatever. This was before 9/11. So if people weren't scared to fly after 9/11, they were scared after they watched this movie. Because that could possibly happen.
Oh, yeah. My aunt came in on a plane today, and the planes yesterday, 2 of them broke down. She got on one, it broke. They got onto another one, it broke. Third time, yes, they're here, but still, 2 planes died. So.
Before we sign off, this is obviously the first one, obviously, like I said. The 4 that have followed after, do you think have lived up to the first one? You know what I mean? Like,
there was a couple of them that I felt were forgettable.
mm-hmm.
Like the 4th one. I am a huge
racing
chick. I raced at, racetracks
mm-hmm.
against guys and girls, and, I raced 2 divisions, one against girls and one against men. I was the only female for a while. And then, they played out like this dramatic crash is gonna happen, and it's with the safety features that we have nowadays, they would have seen something.
Right.
They would have known that it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare do any of these crashes actually prove to be fatal, and they make it out to be racing's the most dangerous thing.
Right.
No, my race car is safer than my road car. I have a 5-point harness. The driver is usually always going to be safe.
Right.
They're easy to undo the seatbelts and much easier than the ones that we have in our car. People need to realize that racing is not that bad of a sport. I mean, you're more likely going to die in motocross or get hurt in that than racing.
The ironic thing is the 4th one was supposed to be the last one.
Yeah.
Maybe they had to save themselves for the 5th one, maybe. They think, oh, we didn't do that well. It was a very short movie. The 4th one was.
Yes.
You can go on our YouTube page and find out we actually talk about Final Destination 5 and the other movies, how we list them from our favorites, so go look at that.
I think Final Destination 4 really sucked some of the way that people died. You have one who got hit by a bus, just talking about gone.
I think that was the first one.
Oh.
Oh, no, it did happen in the 4th one too.
It did?
Yep.
Some of the ways that people died were kind of unique, but it was very forgettable. It was the least favorite of mine, I think.
This makes a good segue. Last episode, we talked about the upcoming director's chair with Miss Kayla Marie Albert, where she's going to be rewriting the entire Twilight Saga. You ready for that?
Nope.
Well, I'm pretty sure yours is going to be better than the actual one. But after that one is all premiered and all that stuff, tie into this, I'm going to be sitting in the director's chair, and I'm going to be writing Final Destination 6, 7, and 8. So hopefully I can do the Final Destination justice, and hopefully my death scenes are going to be fun and exciting. So look out for those 2. Those are going to be exciting. And especially this one, because if you love Kristen Stewart and Bella, do not watch that video, because there's not going to be a lot of love. And if you read the preview of that episode or that video, there's a question asked if she's going to take out any of Lautner, Pattinson, or Stewart. I'm pretty sure if she has to take out one of them, it's going to be Miss Kristen Stewart. It's going to be fun. Next episode. You want to talk about the next episode?
Sure.
You don't remember, do you?
We're going to cut that out.
We're going to be talking about the Shrek series. All 4 of the Shrek series. It's going to be fun. That's a very fun movie. And I'm pretty sure all of you are going to be excited to watch that episode, because these are Shrek lovers right here. I don't feel like naming off our website, so just click below us and see all of our information. And why not? Let's put me and Kayla's information. Our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts are all on there. Go like us, subscribe to us, and follow us. So until next time, America, this has been Norman McGuire.
I'm Kayla Marie Albert.
We'll see you in the Shrek episode.
See ya.